Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very exciting package that I'm unboxing. I was so excited to share this. I actually bought this back in January, and then Marley got sick and passed away, and I never got it posted, but it is 70s inspired, so I thought it would be perfect in my 70s kitchen to unbox. And yeah, I was so excited to share this. I have recently looked on the Tupperware website and I don't see it there anymore, which is kind of sad. So I wasn't going to share it because if someone did want to buy it, they might not be able to. So I don't know if they'll bring it back, or I heard that they sell Tupperware in like Target and I think maybe Costco. I'm not sure, but anyway, this is some new but 70s inspired, which I got very excited about. So initially I wasn't as excited about it, and I'll talk about why later, but I got an ad for this one night when I couldn't sleep, and it was 50% off, so that's kind of what put me over the edge to buy it, but I'm so happy that I did. So we got this big pitcher here, which is very much like the old one. The lid is different on the inside. I remember it being like ridged there on the inside. I was trying to look on the bottom to see how big it was. Maybe 4 liters, I'm not sure, but it's very 70s orange. It has the little print on it from the vintage Tupperware. I just think it's super cool. I really want them to do more of this color, maybe with a slight change. But I also got 4 glasses with the pattern on them as well. And the glasses were 450 milliliters glasses, and they each came with a lid as well. So there's an orange, yellow, green, and a blue. We definitely had these cups when I was growing up, and we had a smaller version as well. I mention it like every time I talk about Tupperware, but my mom sold Tupperware in the 80s and 90s, so it's super nostalgic for me. But yeah, I just think it's cool. I'll talk about the thing I would change. And I do have a vintage canister. I believe these are from the late 60s. So you can see like the color difference from the actual vintage. And the pattern is the same. It's just a little bit lighter on the vintage canister. So then it also came with 4 plates. So this was like a set, like all together, and then there was like a separate piece that I bought that's in the same color. So we've got these plates. Now these plates give me major nostalgia because this is what we had when I was like growing up as a kid. So like I ate off of these when I was a young child, so very nostalgic. Unboxing this felt super nostalgic too, because I used to help my mom when she would get like big orders in, because like I don't know, I guess maybe now people just get stuff shipped to their house maybe, but at least when my mom was selling back then, it would all come to her house and then she would go deliver it. So it gave me major nostalgia. So then we also have a couple sets of, I believe these are called Cervelier containers, and these look and feel identical to the vintage ones. They have that same like non-smooth feeling on the sides, and yeah, they completely feel like exactly the same quality too, because I do have some vintage pieces like to compare them to. Part of me thought like, I wonder if they're still the same quality, because this is my first time touching new Tupperware in like over 30 years, so I would say they're exactly the same quality. So we've got again the same colors from largest to smallest. And then we've got the smaller set, which I do believe these are also called Tupperware, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not like a expert on Tupperware or anything. My mom, she would always put like snacks in these sizes. Like I remember eating like grapes out of them and like cheese and crackers. So it's just so nostalgic. And I would say that the colors are pretty comparable to the vintage. I do have like vintage pieces that I'll show side by side in a little bit. But I think the best way I could describe them is they're like the vintage colors, but maybe a little bit brighter, like more saturated, maybe might be the best way to describe it. But these are so nostalgic, especially the lids. So I do have a vintage one of these. It's the larger size and it's in orange, but you can see them side by side. They're, like it's like they're similar, but they're just different enough. I don't know. I think the vintage ones are like more muted colors maybe, but they feel identical. Like if I didn't know that one was vintage, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between like if it was just with the other ones. And then for the green, I don't have a container, but I do have the vintage spoon rest. And again, you can see it's like, in my opinion, it's like more muted, the vintage ones, and they're more like brighter, saturated, I guess. I love them though. I think that they fit perfectly with my kitchen. Like I'm sure a lot of you, have seen my full kitchen tour, so you know what it looks like. It just like fits in perfectly. So that'll be really cool to use like in videos and stuff when I eventually start doing recipes again. So that was all one thing together that you bought. But then I noticed this just got suggested on like the sidebar, this set, which we also had these when I was growing up, and they all kind of stack together and hold together with this little handle piece. But my mom would always put like sandwiches in the smaller ones, so I was like, well, I guess I should just get these too. And they were also 50% off, so it kind of made it more enticing. But yeah, you can see they all just kind of go together with these little handles. I thought these would be really great for like taking on a picnic or something, or like going camping. So you get 3 smaller ones and then like a larger size one. So the small ones are good for sandwiches. It's kind of the perfect size for that. And then you could use like a smaller one for a little snack. I don't know, just perfect. We love going on picnics, but we don't do it as much as I want to. We also love going camping, but we haven't been able to for a few years because like we couldn't, we didn't have anyone to like look after Marley. And we didn't really, I didn't want to leave her either. And just in case something happened while we were away, I would just never be able to forgive myself. But yeah, I like these a lot. So now I'll get to the part where, here's where I feel like they made a mistake. I have this vintage brown canister. Now, does anyone else agree that the brown should have been the 4th color, not the blue? I just feel like it would have fit better. And this is initially when I first saw the set, I was kind of like, I don't know, I wish they would have not had blue in it. But even though I don't dislike the blue color, it's just that it doesn't fit with the 70s color scheme. I know we had a lot of like blue Tupperware in the 90s, but it was like more of a navy blue than that blue. But I don't know, I guess it's like worn on me a little because like I said, I don't hate it. I just feel like it just feels out of place with the orange, the yellow, and the green. So I wish they would have done that. But anyway, I'm super excited. And again, it sucks that this isn't, I'm not seeing it on the website. So I don't know if they'll bring it back. I know sometimes with the pastels, they brought those back, or like, I don't know if you can just buy this stuff at Target or if it's like special stuff at Target. I don't know, because I live in Canada. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing it anyway. I was so excited, so maybe you'll just be happy for me that I found it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.